Okay, so today we're going to talk about show day. So it's Monday, post show, post the Empro Classic in Spain, Alicante. And it's Monday morning, and we were done yesterday at around 8:39. So it didn't run as late as last time, but it was still pretty late. It's hard with those shows when you're up on stage so late because you have to really time your meals very well during the day. So you make sure that you still have energy when you step on stage, because I didn't go on stage until like 7:50, I think, or something like that. And that's pretty late. I wish that they do as they do in the US. So you have the prejudging first, and then you have finals in the afternoon and at night, because that'll make it easier, because then you're up on stage earlier in the day for the first time for prejudging, and then you're up again later. So, but here they're like doing prejudging and ceremony and everything at once, so it's totally different. But anyways, this is gonna be real and raw, and just like I haven't prepared at all. I'm just gonna talk about like my feelings from the show, the feelings from like peak week and all that. So this peak week was definitely easier than the last one. I kind of knew what to expect, and I knew how Paul was gonna like put everything up for me, kinda, and I had a better idea generally, and so it felt really good. I felt really confident about what was gonna happen, and things went really smooth, I would say. And I feel like I got way better at the posing between this show and this show and the show that I did before, Olympia. I felt more confident and more like that I could get into my poses and really hold them and look great. And I was also really happy with the way that my body responded during the week, and I felt like my physique improved tremendously from last show to this show, which I was also really excited about. So I brought an even better package this time. And let me think. So the only thing this week was like that I was actually feeling kind of lonely being in Alicante by myself up until Friday. Luckily, Lisa and Steve came, my friends from Valencia, and supported me, which I was so happy about, because it was so nice to have someone here to like be with me and support me and hang out with me. And Lisa was also helping me, being my coach and being backstage with me, which was so awesome to have someone there and just like do things for you and like support you and mentally like keep you in a good place. So that was amazing. But during the week I was a little bit emotional because I miss home a little bit. So yeah, I miss my family. So I'm super excited. Today I'm gonna get to go home in a few hours, so I can't wait to go to the airport. Actually, I'm really, really excited to see my sisters, my mom, my dad, and my nephews, as you can probably tell. So, as you can probably tell as well, I might have some, like, if you watch this on YouTube, I might have some, like, makeup still on my face, and I definitely have a lot of tanning, even though I've showered. Takes a while before it comes off. So, but anyhow, so the night before I slept really well. I didn't wake up super early, luckily, which was good, because then I could push my food a little bit later. So I didn't have breakfast that early. I started my meals from at 9 a.m. I had my breakfast, and then at noon I had my second meal, and then 3 I had my third meal, and then I had a meal at 6, and then I had a banana before I stepped on stage. So that worked out perfectly. And I also learned that I could do from the last show, I realized that I didn't have to do the makeup and the tanning and all that so early. So I actually booked it a little bit later, an hour later, or 1.5 hours later, actually. And it was so amazing to actually be familiar with the place the show was run at, or where they had the show, because then you knew where everything was going to happen. You knew where the makeup were. You knew where like the tanning was. So it was way easier than the first time, because with the first time you're like, oh my God, I'm freaking out. I don't know where to go. I don't know where things are. And I was in Spain, and not all Spanish people are that good at English, so it was hard to get around. This time I had Lisa here, and she speaks Spanish way easier. But anyhow, they were so nice, and this time they actually recognized me, so it was amazing to like the girls in the tanning place. They were so nice, and they helped me out so much, and they recommended me, instead of like doing the tanning before the makeup and the hair, we did it afterwards. And yeah, they were super flexible and chill and so helpful. And this time I feel like both my makeup was like suiting me better, and my bikini, because he made me like blue around the eyes and I really liked it. And my eyelashes were a little bit bigger, and I liked that as well. I also got like matching nails to it. They're like blue, like French with some blue in it. So yeah, that was also nice to have as a little bit of an extra, I guess would say. So the makeup and the hair was also like better, because I, instead of like having the side, I put it in the middle, and I like that better. But something I actually learned from this time that I will remember next time is that I might actually just have straight hair. And the thing is, when you have to wait, because I was done with everything around 2:30, and then you have to wait around for so many hours, and you want to lay down, that kind of like destroys the curls anyhow. So it's like hard to get it to look good after so many hours laying down. So I was like kind of bummed, because my hair didn't look as great as when I was first done with it. So next time, I think I'm actually going to try to go with straight hair and see how that works, because a lot of girls have straight hair. Plus, another good thing with that is that I don't need to pay to do my hair. I can just like do it myself, actually. So I save some money. That's the other good thing with that. And the makeup, I don't know, man. I'm not good at makeup, so that I might need help with still. Maybe I should try to learn. I'll ask a friend if she can teach me some, and maybe soon. But yes, so it was a lot of waiting around, but Lisa was there, which I was so happy about. We had a good time backstage. She was amazing. She took a lot of photos. I got a headache just from laying down, so she massaged my head and did this meditation thing, which was amazing. So that helped me a lot. And then as always, I had a lot of support from Paul. He was like, as soon as I texted him, he responded back, and he helped me so much, because it was like, at first I was like not that nervous, but then when we got closer, I started to get really nervous. Of course, that's how it is. And I also like started to feel like kind of like I had a headache, and I had to like pee all the time. So we did some tricks that made me hold the water, instead of like, we had to add some more like sodium in order for me to hold the water, instead of like just running to the bathroom all the time, because that's kind of annoying. You have to take off the bikini, and yeah, it's this entire thing. It's so hard to go to the bathroom when you have the tanning on as well, because you don't want to destroy the tan. So another good thing with being a guy, I guess. But I'm not a guy, so I'll have to deal with it. But yeah, so as we got closer, I was like, oh my God, I'm going up on stage again. I'm so excited. And I was really excited. I felt way more confident yesterday than at the Olympia. I felt way more calm, like secure in my posing, and I was really, really, really excited to step on stage. And I'm so sure that I brought a better package this time to stage. I feel like I looked even better. This is by far my best look yet. The only thing that I need to really improve, and that I know now, is the posing. the posing was way better, but I still need to improve it so much more in my opinion, and I need to get more confident. And it's actually something that I'm happy that I'm kind of like realizing it, and I'm super motivated to actually start working hard on the posing and get really confident and feel good about the posing. I did feel good about it yesterday, but at the same time, I know that I can do so much better. I really, really know I can do so much better. I just need to practice more. It's just a matter of fact of practice. And to be real honest with you guys, I haven't been practicing as much as I, in my mind, should have. I know that I found it kind of like boring, but I feel like now I've actually found the spark to do it. So I feel really excited to put a lot of effort and work into the posing. I mean, still look good. I know my poses and all that, but I can now is the time that I actually want to add a little like extra flair to it and like being more confident, flirty, and sexy. So I'm excited to start working more and find, as Isa Piscini said, like she was like, it's important that you find your way of posing and like that you pose in a way that you feel good about. It's not about like you have to show off your body in a way that you feel confident and strong and sexy kind of thing. So I'm excited to start like playing around with that kind of and like see whatever poses I feel confident in and see what like kind of hand movements and like maybe hair movements I want to do. And that's also like a learning process because this is only my fourth show, honestly, so I shouldn't be too harsh on myself. It's only my first show or fourth show. So it's all about like stage practice as well because it's not the same when you do it in front of a mirror at home as it is stepping on the stage. I remember last time I was shaking as crazy. My legs were just like leaves. This time it was definitely better, but it was still there. And that's all about nerves, of course, but it's also about like practicing being on stage more and more. So I'm excited to do more shows and to improve my posing and to improve like that's the thing that I really love with this sport because I get to sculpt my body the way I want it to look like in order to show off like my best and favorite physique. And of course there are some like guidelines and standards, but like those are the standards and the guidelines I kind of like really like. So I don't mind doing that because I love like shoulders and glutes. That's what I love. So I want to keep like working on that to improve. And also, as I said, like the posing, of course. So I'm excited because the posing is also, it's not like there are poses you should hit, but like in your individual routine, you actually get to do it with like a little bit of a flair and you can do it like your way. So I'm excited to like play around with it and find the way that I like to do it the best. That's going to be really, really fun, honestly. So that's something I'm really excited about. But anyhow, let's get to the placing. So I did my individual routine. I was kind of nervous. I was so bummed because I was the first one out to step on stage from my class, and the judges were still looking down at the papers. But the thing is, you have to start doing it because you only have a certain amount of time. But I was so bummed because I was like halfway through my individual routine and they looked up and I was like, guys, couldn't you just have like watched me from the start because I really wanted you to? But that's how it is, unfortunately. And I was still happy with what I did. And the promoter was actually watching the entire time. So that's at least something. And after that, they did the comparison. So I was happy that we got to do that. We got to do like the 3 steps to the back. I've only done that one time or 2 times before, actually. But the Olympia, they didn't do it because we were running so late. And when they did the comparison, I ended up on if you were watching the stage, I was on the very left. We were only 4 in the class though, but I was on the very left, and from that I was like, shit, did I actually do that poorly? Did I not like place well at all? So stepping off stage, I was like, oh my God, what just happened? I at least thought that I was gonna place as good as last time. So I got off, and Lisa was like, oh my God, you looked amazing, you looked so great. And I was like, yeah, thank you, but I don't know how well I did though. But I tried to keep a good like mindset. I was like, okay, let's not put it that way. Let's stay positive and see what happens. And then I walked over to get up to the award ceremony, and after a while, after all the other classes, it was our turn, and we walked up, and I was standing there, and I was like, okay, I'll probably be the fourth place. And then it was another girl they called, and I was like, okay, third at least. And there was another girl they called again, and I was like, oh, whoa. So I'm first or second. And I ended up second, but I still am really like happy that I actually didn't place worse than last time, at least, because I felt like I improved so much. So I would have been really bummed if I placed worse. But the thing is, you never know who you go up against. So it's all about like the competition as well. But I really didn't want to place worse, at least. That was a big goal. Of course, my main goal was to win. Isn't that everybody's goal? Of course, you always want to win, or that's at least how I always want to win. And so I was like, dang it, I didn't win. And I was like, I actually looked better than her, I was thinking, and yeah, and Lisa was like, you look better than her, and she's so sweet. And a lot of other people reached out and said the same. But looking back at it, I do understand, not from the physique standpoint. I'm biased. I actually think that I look better than her, but I do know in terms of posing, I do understand that they chose her. She was really confident in her posing. She did all these like fluent arm movements, and she looked really like confident in her entire routine. So I do understand that she actually placed first in that aspect. But like when it comes to the physique, I would say that my physique was better than hers. Maybe that sounds a little bit cocky, but yeah. Her posing was better, my physique was better. Her entire package maybe then, just because of her posing. That's why she placed first. But I was so bummed because I really wanted to get to the overall and see how well I was going to do there. But next time. Now I really know what I'm going to work on hard. Like I'm definitely going to work hard in the gym. That's not a problem. But I definitely need to work hard on the posing. And it's something, as I said earlier, I'm so motivated to do now. Way more than before. So I'm really going to nail down a good like individual routine and go out crush it next time for sure. So yeah, that was like the entire experience yesterday, and I'm still like I'm so happy with my second place. I'm so, like it's only my fourth show and I'm placing so well. Like the placements I've done so far is like the first show I placed first. The second show was North American in Pittsburgh, which was like 30 plus girls in my class, and I placed 9th. That's like a really good placement for the first year of doing bikini fitness. And then I placed second and second. So I mean, I have some good achievements, and I'm not stopping here. So we'll see what's next. I am so excited to talk to my coach and try decide on what we're gonna do next. I'm not sure yet. I need a little bit of a break, I would say. I'm not gonna do anything like next weekend, or maybe not even in a month. We'll see what he thinks and what we decide to do. But I'm really excited to keep working and keep improving. This is like I love challenges, and this is really a challenge for me. I don't know. It's just like everything that goes into it, like being strict with the food, like um, being strict with like the cardio training, and now also really nail down that posing. That's like the biggest thing. I feel like that's like what drives me right now, that I really need to get better at the posing. And to be honest, this is a weird thing, but like everything that goes into it now, it's like the tanning. Like at first I was like, oh my god, this is so gross, it smells so bad. Now it's like kind of like giving me this like fire to do it even more. It's kind of nice to be in like the spray tan and step on stage, and yeah, I had a really good time again. It was a great event, and after that, that was even more fun. No, I'm kidding. The show was amazing, but after that, I actually this time got to go out with Steve and Lisa, and we went to place. We watched a football game, England, Italy, and I had a big steak, which was so delicious. And after that, I was like, oh my god, I kind of crave chocolate. So Lisa and I, we went out on hunting for chocolate, and we found this amazing place with gelato, and they had a dark chocolate vegan ice cream. It was water based, and it was so delicious. Oh my god, it was the best thing ever. It was like this like dark, creamy, rich chocolate flavor, and yeah, I had a really good time. This will like be another memory for life, and yeah, it's been two really good shows in a little bit over like the last. This is like 6 weeks, I guess, within 6 weeks. Um, so I'm so happy about these two shows, and that I actually did them, and that I placed so well. So yeah, I'm just excited to keep going, excited to decide on what's next, excited to improve, excited to share more with you guys, and now I'm also really excited to fly home to my family. It's gonna be so nice to just hug them. But yeah, that's probably all my feelings and thoughts for this Monday, besides one thing. So I didn't go to bed until 1 a.m., which was the case last time as well, and I woke up at 4:30. I couldn't sleep, and it was the same thing last time. But I probably think it's a combination of me always waking up so early, being excited to actually go home and see my family. So I think it's those two things. I'm really excited. I keep saying that. But yeah, this was my real raw, the day like right after a show. And the show I did was Empro Classic 2021, July 11th. And I will update you more when I have some information about what my next show will be, and maybe some post-show feelings during this week. And yeah, I'll keep updating you guys for sure. I'll talk to all of you very soon.